Hello, it's me, Mr. Lee, human being number 64283. So I'm going to do this film. This is about social and psychological aspects of gang stalking, because it's like I'm going to keep drumming into you guys that what they do is they weaponize everything. Any knowledge that they've got, they weaponize it and they use it against us, Two of the things that they use that I've come to realise through my experience of being harassed is the social and the psychological aspects, So they get like a science like psychology. Instead of using it to help you, they'll use it to destroy you. And something else that I've seen that they realise that they weaponise is your relationships with people. So they turn friends against you, your friends become your enemies, your family becomes your enemies. Your work associates become your enemies. And that's how they do it. They tell lies about you behind your back. And they paint a picture of you as someone not very nice, someone people don't really want to be around, So this is something you'll be fighting all the time if you're a target individual, especially at work where people are going to be easy to turn against you. And it's something that I've realised when my targeting got really bad. I just noticed one day how people started treating me very differently, and it was as if I'd done something awful, but I hadn't done anything awful, I just went into work one day and people started to talk down to me and say bad things about me. I had one workmate come in one day. He accused me of saying something absolutely awful about my mum. He just come out with it, And I think that rumour got spread about. And I hadn't said anything of the sort, But when he first confronted me with it, I didn't know how to take it. It was so out of the blue. And I've sort of trained myself over the years. I don't react emotionally to things anymore. I can't because I've got so much weird and bad stuff happening in my life. So over the years I've trained myself. I don't react anymore. I go home when something weird happens. I go home and I think about it, and I try and work out what's happening and how to react to it in an intelligent way. And that's what I'm doing now, to what's been happening to me for a while. So I basically worked out what's happened there, My work colleagues have been turned against me, basically at Jaguar, and that's when my harassment got really bad. I had to leave because I couldn't cope with it. But the way you fight against this kind of thing is you have to make it known how you feel about people, how you feel about things. Then you're going to be always fighting against these lies. Like if you with your work colleagues, you have to keep letting people know how much you like working with them, how nice it is working with nice people. In that way, you'll always be fighting against the lies, because a lot of the lies they'll say is probably that, that you don't like your work colleagues, you don't like being at work, you hate people and stuff like that. So if you keep drumming into people how you love people, and you love your job, you love the people you're working with, you're going to be discrediting the people who are trying to turn people against you. And it's the same with your relationships as well, although I'm not a massive expert because I'm a bit of a loner, really, and I'm not in a relationship or anything, but I'm sure it's exactly the same thing. If you're a target, is your girlfriend sort of going against you, turning against you, or your wife, or your family turning against you, you got to keep drumming it into them how much you love them, and because that's going to be going against what's happening behind your back, which is all part of your harassment. And what they're doing is they're weaponising your relationships. So another thing you can do is be more generous, be more outgoing. If you like me, you're quite quiet, and that be better off talking more, being more sociable and being more open, and always be drumming it into people how much you like working with them, how much, or if it's your girlfriend, how much you love them and stuff, and they can't fight against that because you're there all the time, and these gang stalkers, they're going to be coming behind your back occasionally. saying stuff, telling lies about you and stuff. But you're going to be with these people all the time, and you can keep reinforcing your relationship, keep reinforcing that you like people, you know, and you like your job, you like working with them. And as a targeted individual, you're going to have to keep doing this all the time. It's just one of them things you're going to have to do. But it's a small price to pay, I think, to reduce your targeting right down. So psychology, you know, I think psychology has been weaponized. And I think this is all part of the social relationships thing as well. So you might do well to learn a bit about it, because I recognise that was being used against me, because I actually know a little bit about psychology. I'm not an expert in it, but years back I did an evening course when I was redoing my GCSEs, because I wasn't very successful at school, and I started doing psychology. I did a GCSE and I did a half of an A level. I sort of dropped out halfway through. I wasn't enjoying it. But they have something called labelling theory, which I've recognised as being used against me. Which is if you label someone enough as something that they're not, that they might eventually become it. It can happen, you know. So if you label someone as a paedophile, for example, when you know they're not, and you keep reinforcing that, for some people, they will actually become paedophiles. They'll align themselves with the label that people are putting on them. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks.